All right, what is up, you guys? Todd Falcone here. It has been a little bit. This is one of the first videos I have to look back. Probably been a few weeks since I've actually produced a video. And it's just because I've been chilling out for the last couple weeks after having come back from my Australian speaking tour. So this morning, and I actually have a cloth with me or a paper towel with me because I'm still in a post-workout sweat from coming off of a 4-mile hike. But And I guess that's kind of appropriate having this like sweat rag in my hand with waking up this morning. First thing I did when I got in my car is I look at my phone, and in my phone it says Dow drops 1,000 points. Now, I don't know exactly what I'm going to title this video, but I think there's some pretty interesting similarities between when we get into, if we want to call it a bear market in your network marketing business, and a bear market in the stock market. There's some amazing similarities with how people operate. I mean, some people start sweating, and they're going to a panic. They're looking at their portfolio, and they're like, oh my God, I'm going to lose all my money, and they start selling everything off. And that's kind of how the masses tend to function when a market goes in a bad direction. And look at, for example, a network marketing company sometimes when, it's troubled, or a big leader leaves, or maybe they made a significant change and a couple of leaders leave, like the masses start to get into a panic, and sometimes they make these rash decisions or wrong decisions that maybe someone who is more mature doesn't typically make. So I want you to be thinking for a second, and I do really believe there are a lot of similarities between a stock market, either crash or big downturn. Like today we're seeing, like I said, I woke up, the Dow was down 1,000. It was down 500 on Friday. This last week it was down 500 on Thursday. But to wake up and it's already down, 1,000 points in the first 15 minutes, it's a big thing. A lot of people are like, oh, and I don't even know, we don't know how it's going to end today, but we'll see. I mean, I'm doing this video at 7:45 in the morning Pacific time. The market's only been open for about an hour. We'll see what happens. But here's the thing I want to share with you in terms of how a stock market is similar to network marketing, and in terms of how people operate when something like this is going on. In fact, one of the first things I did is I called a good friend of mine this morning who's a very big network marketer, Brian Carruthers. Brian, I have a tremendous amount of respect for you. And Brian has been hugely successful in network marketing. Been with one company for as long as I've known him, probably, I don't even know how long, probably 14, 15 years or more. And he's also a very savvy investor. So I literally got off the hike and, I look at the Dow down 1,000 points on my phone, and I go, dude, what's up? I said, I'm assuming you're probably hanging during this time frame. I mean, you're all in, like, and his, he's I'm not giving stock market advice, so I don't want to get into that at all. But here's a guy who's very, very savvy in his investing, and instead of like what a lot of people would be doing, panicking, oh my gosh, sell, he's like, I'm looking for opportunities to buy. I'm checking out these key stocks that I haven't had an opportunity yet purchase that I can now get at a discount. So mature people who understand either the stock market or people that understand the network marketing business model, tend to not go into a panic when something happens or something goes sideways. So for those of you that are involved in direct selling, network marketing, which is probably most of you that follow me, when something goes awry, and some big leader leaves, or some leaders leave, or groups leave, or something happens, or there's a storm that takes place, to which there always will be storms in your companies, instead of going into a panic and then operating rashly, the best thing that you can do is remain calm in the midst of that storm, and go talk to somebody. If you have to, go talk to somebody who is maybe has a lot more experience, having weathered multiple storms in the network marketing space. And they're going to tell you, hey, hang tight, sit still. I mean, the reality is, if something is that bad, they're going to probably tell you. But so often I see people run out of a company, and the company, in fact, check this out. Herbalife, New Skin, Let me think. Those are two companies. The two companies that come first to the top of my mind. Both of the Herbalife Nu Skin and Herbalife Nu Skin, Arbonne, and Amway all have weathered pretty significant storms. I'm not going to get into the storms, but they've gone through some pretty heavy experiences. And what happened during those time frames when they were going through that stuff? Well, when they were going through that stuff, people like panicked. Oh my gosh, let's get out. We got to go. But interestingly enough, the people that stayed and went, hey, I understand the core principles of this company. I'm not going anywhere. Those people ended up getting rich. So, stay calm, go talk to somebody who may know more, who may have more experience, and that way you can figure out how to weather that storm. Rather than do stuff like I had this dude in my business one time, and I've talked about this on stage quite a bit, where I was in a company, and I'll end the video with this. Check this out. This is really important. This is especially for you guys that are pretty new to network marketing. So I have this guy in my business, never done network marketing before in his entire life, but doing great. He's doing 80 grand a month, 90 grand a month in volume. He's growing every month. And our owners were from a prior company. So they had launched this new company, and there was some lawsuit that was going on, and lawsuits just happened to be around. That's what happens. And in this case, there was this rumor that we were going to be owned by this previous company, which, anybody who'd really understood what was going on realized that was never going to happen. So, but this guy, being new and being in a panic, like there's a storm going on, the Dow of his company had plunged 1,000 points that day. He ran out and told his whole downline, oh my gosh, you guys, I don't know if we're going to make it. We're probably going to be owned by this other company. And he totally poisoned his entire group. And by the time I finally caught up to him, it was too late. He was unsavable. His group was unsavable. His group was already on now the company was going on like this. His group was already on a downward slide, and his group was on a downward slide because of what he said and what he did to his group, because he just didn't understand. He went into a panic mode, like, oh my gosh. So just remember, if something's going, if you're not sure, go up and ask, and go find somebody who's got the experience, who's weathered a few storms, so that you can learn how to handle these situations, because there's definitely going to be storms that hit you when you're in the network marketing profession. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I know it's a little bit longer video. I haven't seen you guys for a little bit. Good to see you. We'll see you on another video. Love to hear your comments below. If you're watching this video on YouTube, that's cool, but the main conversation happens at toddfalcone.com, TODDFALCONE.com. We'll see you.